Hello, welcome everyone to another very beautiful chess game from the 19th century of chess. And this game is one of the notable chess games of the 19th century. And in this chess game, white is Francis Burdon and his opponent is an unknown player, and this game was played in London in 1850. So Burdon starts the game with playing e4, e5, f4, the king's gambit, accepted, e takes on f4, bishop to c4, queen to h4, check, king to f1, and then d6, knight to c3, g5, d4, bishop to g7, knight to f3, and Burdon is attacking the queen, queen to h5, e5, queen to g6, h4, h6, knight to d5, and after this move, Francis Burdon is threatening to play knight takes on c7, forking the king and the rook. So if defending with the knight, if something like knight to a6, that's not working because of bishop takes knight. So that's why we have king to d8, a pathetic move. So black is losing the castling rights. H takes on g5, pawn takes pawn, rook takes on h8, bishop takes on h8, and then knight takes on g5, and Francis Burdon is sacrificing the knight. Queen takes on g5, bishop takes on f4, queen to h4, and threatening to play queen to h1 and exchanging the queens. So black is a piece up. We have queen to f3, knight to c6. Well, after queen to f3, it looks like black could play it, queen to h1, but black didn't play that move. But if queen to h1, well, Burdon is allowing black to play queen to h1. Be my guest, he says. So after queen to h1, king to f2, if queen takes rook, then bishop to g5 is winning on the spot. So if let's say f6, then e takes on f6 is losing immediately for black. So after bishop to g5, if king to e8, then knight takes on c7, king to d7, queen takes on f7, king to c6, queen to d5, king takes on c7, queen takes on d6, that's checkmate. And only if you're curious, if king to d7, then queen takes on f7. And again, black is getting checkmated, so king to c6, queen takes on c7. So this is why Francis Burdon is allowing black to play queen to h1. And actually Burdon was a strong player in the history of chess. Unfortunately, I couldn't find much information about Burdon, but he has drew with Wilhelm Steinitz, one of the strongest players in the history. So he must be a strong player if he managed to draw with Steinitz. So anyway, we have queen to f3, knight to c6, e takes on d6. Here comes bishop to g4, attacking the queen. Well, Burdon captures another pawn, d takes on c7, that's check, king to c8, and then saving the queen, queen to e4, threatening to play queen to e8, preventing queen to e8, bishop to e6, blocking. The player with no name is happy in this position. He is blocking, and maybe he's threatening to play queen to h1. Maybe he thinks that he's winning in this position. But Burdon played a very beautiful move. So can you guess the next move of Francis Burdon? What would you do in this position? But finding that move is not that important. Also, the follow-up move is very important. So what would you do in this position? There is force checkmate, and can you find the force checkmate? Well, Francis Burdon sacrificed the queen. He played queen takes on e6. What a beautiful move. F takes on e6, and here comes the follow-up move that I mentioned. We have knight to b6, and Francis Burdon played knight to b6. He is also sacrificing the knight. And the only move is a takes on b6. And then Burdon played bishop takes on e6. That's checkmate. And what a beautiful checkmate. Burden sacrificed his queen, and then later on, he sacrificed the knight, and then checkmated his opponent very artistically. And the king goes to nowhere after bishop takes on e6. This is checkmate, a beautiful checkmate. So if you could guess the moves, then congratulations. And I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. And I hope to see you next time. Take care and bye bye for now.